Right.
Okay.
So
Formula One now.
Formula One, yeah.
That's where we're going next.
Yeah,
Sebastian Vettel to Lewis Hamilton and all that. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I remember 2010, right? When you have 4 drivers who were in pole position to actually, win the last, win the championship title.
You have to go all the way
I'm just
to
like
2010.
the first time Sebastian Vettel won when he became the youngest, F1 driver, and to win it. So it was dramatic and all. But we're just looking forward to Abu Dhabi, and there's really nothing to look forward to.
Absolutely nothing to look forward to.
So it's just really, it's trying to remember that one.
Cecilia, I totally get where you're coming from. This guy right there, Lewis Hamilton, a couple of days celebrating his 2017 Formula One title triumph with the Mercedes team. Deserved winner. I don't think there's anyone that's going to argue against that. And the whole season started off really, really competitive, and it looked like we were going to go down to the wire, down to the last race in Abu Dhabi to decide the champion, to decide who replaces Nico Rosberg. But it wasn't meant to be, because Hamilton clinched the title with 2 races to go. So because there's really nothing to look forward to in Abu Dhabi this weekend, no disrespect to that Grand Prix, we're starting to look ahead to next season.
Of course.
Right. And 3 of the contenders, a lot of pundits are actually thinking it's going to be Hamilton, it's going to be Sebastian Vettel, and perhaps Daniel Ricciardo fighting for the Formula One championship in 2018. I know, definitely you can still mention Bottas as well too. But those 3 are the guys we're going to listen to on the show this morning.
One thing that hasn't been our strength as a team was go with the development, and I think especially this year, that was probably the most important part, to stay in the fight, and I think we proved that we did. So historically, I think we lost out as the season progressed, but this year, where in my point of view has been hardest, because there's so much potential still, and so many big steps that you can make if you're doing well, but we managed to do them as well, and we kept in the fight. We stayed in the fight. Obviously, we had 2-3 races that turned out to be very costly for different reasons, and as Lewis touched on, obviously they've been very, very strong all year, very consistent, but yeah, in the end we weren't good enough to take it to the last race and take the championship. So I think we know what we need to do. There are lessons that were obvious, some were a bit more hidden, but I'm sure we'll dig deep enough and try and find all of them.
All I can say is I know that whatever weaknesses that Sebastian had, or feels he had, or doesn't think he had, he'll work on those over the winter, as we all do, because no one's perfect. Even I have things I need to work on, so I have to expect that he's going to bring. He's going to raise the bar next year, and I'm going to make sure I do the same. Otherwise, the result will be different next year. I think there was a comment earlier that for Mercedes were the quickest this year. I think ultimately overall, obviously we won the championship. We were more consistent. We didn't have failures. We made less mistakes. But I think Ferrari had a very, very, very good season. And if you look at the beginning of the season, at least half of the season, they're in the lead. And that wasn't by sheer luck. That was because they had a fantastic car and did a great job. And obviously, when you apply the pressure, it's easy to buckle. And I think towards the end of the year, that is what happened. But I think next year they're going to come very, very strong.
2017 Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton already looking forward to 2018, looking forward to the defense of his title, and he's admitting it's going to be a lot tougher this time around for obvious reasons. And you were very eager to talk about the other guys I left out. I didn't leave them out on purpose. I'm talking about Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, I understand that. But then I think Ricciardo is another driver you also need to watch out for, in 2018. Let's listen to him now.
Some great races, but obviously I would love all 20 to be great, and not all 20 have been. So I think, yeah, for me, just to assess the year, obviously once it's all settled, and then just try and understand what I could have improved and then make those improvements. I'm sure there's on-track stuff, but also off-track. Yeah, I mean, just give next year, you know, obviously you give every year a good crack, but yeah, just give next year a proper crack. And, you know, I mean, between us all, we've got 8 world titles, so it's pretty good. But yeah, obviously we want 9, so yeah. No, it's cool. I've been pretty pleased with the year, but I've still got some improvements to make.
Okay, you know what I understand is that between the 3 of them, they have 8 world titles. We know both of them had 4 each, but he doesn't have anyone, so that's the joke there.
It's correct.
Technically, it's correct. The 3 of them, they have 8. But he had 4, and he's left with that. All right, go for a break now. We'll come back cycling. We'll get our attention this morning.